Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to update Shopify product from Notion database. So I am using Shopify, which is an amazing e-commerce store to sell my products. And I've also created a database with the help of Notion database in order to record all the details of the products which I have in my Shopify store. Now my objective is to sync both these applications in such a way that whenever I'm going to update a detail of a product in Notion database, then automatically that same product should also be updated in Shopify. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For this, we will have to set up a connection between these two applications, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect works on two principles, trigger and action. So in trigger, we are going to take Notion, and in action, we are going to take Shopify. And we are going to set up a connection between these two applications to automate this entire process. And to learn the entire automation step by step, let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to sync Notion database with Shopify in such a way that whenever there will be an update in the details of the product which we have in Notion database, automatically the product should be updated in Shopify as well. So I'm going to automate this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, in which I'm going to set up a connection between Notion and Shopify in such a way that whenever I'm going to make an update in Notion database, automatically that same update should be made in the products which we have in Shopify as well. And we are going to create this automation without any coding or programming skills. So this is the home page of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by tapping this URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. After coming over here, we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, you can directly click on sign in, but if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button to create your free new account. Also, when you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now, because I'm already an existing user, therefore I'm clicking on sign in. This is the all apps section, where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So on this dashboard, we can find all of our workflows which we have created, and we can also create different folders over here to save our workflows accordingly. Now, in order to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option. Let's do that. Here a dialog box will appear which is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, I'm going to provide a name over here. Update Shopify product from Notion database. After giving this name, here I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save this workflow. So I have created a folder with a name as automations for e-commerce store. I'm going to select that, and now let's click on create. In this way, by creating multiple folders, you can save your workflow separately. Now, as we have done that, we can see that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. So as I told you, that Pabbly Connect runs on these two principles. So basically, these two are the main concepts or the building blocks on which the entire automation works. The trigger says when this happens, and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can have multiple actions as we want. Now let's suppose we are going to take Notion in our trigger and Shopify in our action, and we want that whenever we are going to update the details in Notion database, then automatically in the response, the product in Shopify should also be updated. So here we can clearly see that action is following what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the update is made in Notion, then only the product is also updated in Shopify, otherwise not. So after understanding the concept of trigger and action, let's start creating the workflow step by step. First of all, we have to select our trigger application. Now, I have the details of all the products which I have in my Shopify store in my Notion database. So my objective is that whenever I'm going to make any update in Notion database in any of the product, then I want to quickly receive the response of that update over here in Pabbly Connect. So Notion will be our trigger application. Let's select that. Now we have to select the trigger event. So trigger event is the event on the happening of which the workflow is going to trigger or start. So update database item will be our trigger event over here, because we want that whenever we are going to update something in our database, automatically the response of that update should be captured over here. Okay. So now let's click on connect to build the connection, and here we can see that we have two options, add new connection or select existing connection. Now to build a new connection, I'm going to go with add new connection, and let's click on connect with Notion over here. But in case if you already have an existing connection, you can also go with that. Now here Pabbly Connect is asking us for the permission to access our Notion account. So here first of all we have to select the pages which we have in Notion database to provide the access. Whatever page you want to connect, you can give the access of that page, but I'm going to give the access to all the pages over here. Allow access. I have clicked on that, and here we can see that our authorization has become successful. So our data is 100% safe with Pabbly Connect. So without any fear, we can click on access. Okay. Now here we can see that Notion is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. Let's move forward. First of all, we have to select our database ID. Okay. So the name of my database over here is Shopify products. So it is already selected. You can select your database ID from the drop down as well. Now we have to click on save and send test request button to receive the response. But before that, let me tell you that Notion is based on 8 hours polling time. So whenever we are going to make an update over here, we are going to receive the response in Pabbly Connect after 8 hours of that. Okay. So here when we are going to click on save and send test request button, we are going to receive the response of the last update made in Notion. So I want to make an update in this chair, which is of the price 27,500. So I'm going to first of all take you towards my Shopify store. These are all the products which I have. Okay. This is the chair and this is the t-shirt. So the chair is of 27,500 and the t-shirt is of 35,000. Now I'm going to make the update. Okay, so I'm going to change the price of the chair from 27,500 to 27,000. Okay, done. As we have made the update, now let's go back towards Pabbly Connect, and now we are going to click on save and send test request button. And we can see that here we have received the response. In the response, we have received all the details. So the name of the product is given over here as chair. Here we have multiple other details as well. The price, which is updated as 27,000. And here are all other details. Okay. So this means that our connection between Notion and Pabbly Connect is successful. So now whenever the update will be made in Notion database, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that update automatically in 8 hours. Now we are going to move forward. What we are supposed to do, we want to update the Shopify product which we have received from Notion database. For that, we have to set up the connection between Shopify and Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to select our action application as Shopify now. And now we have to select the action event that will be update product. Okay, so we have selected that. Now let's click on connect. I am going to select add new connection to build a new connection with Shopify account. And to build a new connection, we have to provide two details: admin API access token and the subdomain. So first of all, let us enter the subdomain. How we are going to get that? For that, we have to open our Shopify store, and in the URL of the Shopify store, you can see that this is our subdomain before myshopify.com. So I will simply copy this. We will go back and paste over here. In the instructions also you can read that it is given that, for example, if your Shopify store URL is this https:/demo.myshopify.com, then your subdomain over here will be demo. So you have to remove all other details, but you have to copy the thing given after the dash and before .myshopify.com. We have done the same. Now we have to move towards the admin API access token. So how we are going to get that? For that, we have to create an app in Shopify and then we have to install the app. So I'm going to tell you exactly what we are supposed to do. Once again, I'm going to take you towards my Shopify account. Okay, this is my account. From the left side, we can find the option of settings. Let's select that. After coming on settings, here is the option of apps and sales channels. Okay, now here we have to go towards developer apps. Okay, now we have to click on create an app button, and we have to first of all provide a name to our app. So I'm going to give the name as, let's say, Shopify products. Whatever name you want, you can give the name over here. Now we have to click on create app. And here now we have to configure our app. So we have to click on this configure admin API scopes. So now we have to search for all our scope. We are creating this API because we want to update the product. So here our scope will be related to products. I'm going to select product over here, and all the things which are related to product, I'm going to provide the access. I'm going to configure all these scopes over here. Okay, product listings, products, publications as well. So after doing this, now I'm going to click on save. So this means that we have provided the access to the app in order to read and write our product feeds, in order to read and write our product listings, read and write the entire products, variations, collections, etc. Okay. After doing this, we have to go towards API credentials. And now we have to click on install app. Now our app is installed and this is our API. So we'll click on this reveal token once and we will copy the API quickly. Let's go back and we will paste it over here. So this is our API access token. In the same manner, you have to find both the details. Let's click on save. And in this way, we can see that Shopify is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. So let's move forward. Now here, after building the connection, we have to enter the details in these fields to update the product. So now, first of all, it is asking us to enter the ID of the product which we want to update. We want to update the product which we have received from Notion database. Here, I don't have ID of the product in my database. So how we are going to get the ID? Okay, for that it is given that you have to provide the ID, and in order to get the ID you can select the action application, find product by title in between. So what I'm going to do, I will simply click on this add action step button in between, and in my action application once again I'm going to select Shopify. So after selecting the application, we have to select the action event as well. So that will be find product by title. Okay, so with the help of title which we have received from Notion database, we are going to find the product ID. Let's click on connect, and because we have already built a connection, so I'm going to go with existing connection over here. And now we have to provide the title. Okay, with the help of title we are going to get the product ID and other details. So we have already received the details of the product in our earlier response, that is from Notion database, and here the title is also given, so I will simply select that title. When we insert any data from our previous step, it is called as mapping. So when we map a data, it becomes dynamic. As we have mapped this title, so now it is going to replace with each and every new response. So now whenever there will be a new update made in Notion database in Shopify products, automatically the product title is going to be replaced, and in this way we are going to get the product ID of each and every product which is being updated. So let's click on save and send test request button. We have received the response. In the response we have received all the details of the product as well as the product ID. So now we will map the product ID over here in order to update it. So first of all we have to turn this mapping button on, and the ID is already existing over here. So I'm just going to remove this ID and I will use mapping over here. So I will simply map the ID which we have received. As we have mapped this ID, now it has become dynamic and it is replaceable. So automatically it is going to replace with each and every new response. Okay. Now we will move forward. We will map the title of the product which we have received. So I'm going to ignore this field because it is not mandatory. The status over here will be active. Now the next is product description. So we have also received the description of the product. We have mapped that. If you want, you can also assign some tags. It is published, so I'm going to select true over here. Okay, now the scope will be none. Variant, if you have any kind of variants in the product such as colors, okay, size, then you can also add the variant over here. Now I'm going to map the price which we want to update. So this is the price, and at last here I'm going to select the quantity as well. And now I'm going to click on save and send test request button. As we have done that, we can see that we have received the response over here. In the response, we have received all the details. This is the product ID. This means that the product is updated. So let's go and check whether the product is updated or not. And here we can see that on the product section, this is our product which we have updated. So I'm going to open this product. And we can see that the price is changed from 27,500 to 27,000. This means that the update is successful. So let's go back towards the store as well. Now I'm going to refresh the store as well. And we can see that on the store also the price is updated. So let's move back towards Pabbly Connect. We will simply summarize what we have done in this workflow. So we have taken very simple steps, trigger and actions. In trigger we have taken Notion database, and in action we have taken Shopify. And we have connected both of them with the help of Pabbly Connect in such a way that now whenever we are going to update a detail of the product in our Notion database, then automatically after 8 hours, that same product will also be updated in Shopify. In this way we are going to sync our Notion database with Shopify. So on the update in the details of any product in database, that same product will also be updated. In this way, you can create a record of all your products in Notion database, and you can create this automation to update the product whenever you want. This was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.